Uh, Hello, good morning to all of you. How are you all feeling? How many of you are appearing for prelims? Okay, so yes, this year, I mean in 17. So first of all, I'd like to thank all of you for coming. I know your time is very precious right now, and that's why I think a lot of people uh, are probably watching this live online. And so I'll just start with my thoughts about what has happened in the past 5 days and how this journey has been. So it has been a long journey for me. This is my fourth attempt, and for first three attempts I had public administration as my optional, and this year I changed my optional to political science. So, apart from that, let me just talk about my background a little bit. So, I'm a mechanical engineering graduate from Delhi College of Engineering. I passed out in 2013, and after that, I started preparing. So, I took the 13, 14, 15, and 16 attempts. And my father serves in the Indian Air Force. He is currently posted in Bhatinda. So, and I'm an avid tennis follower. Roger Federer is my idol. So, for a few of you who probably follow a bit of tennis, this year has been good for both of us. So, he won his 18th slam this year, and I got rank 7. So apart from that, I'll just like to talk about my preparation. So we'll talk about that in detail. I'll be covering a few aspects about the essay and GS prelims, and a bit of answer writing, which Shweta will take up later. And I'd like to congratulate Anuj. She's a brilliant person. She's cleared in her first attempt with rank 16. And I think she has all India highest marks in GS. 473 is her total in GS. She has beaten me by 3 marks. So I have 470 as my total. To begin with, I'll just share with you about my 4 attempts and how the journey has been. So first attempt, I cleared prelims all 4 times. First attempt, I missed the mains cutoff by around 40-45 marks. So in my next attempt, I missed it by around 20 marks, I think. In my third attempt, I cleared it. I cleared mains by 25 marks, reached the interview, did not make it to the final list. And this attempt, I think I cleared it by 100 or 120 marks. So basically, why I'm sharing this with you is because it has been an incremental journey for me. And with each attempt, I've gotten better. So anyone who tells you that this exam is random or luck-based is lying, basically. Because hard work pays off, and if you correct your mistakes that you've done in the past, not necessarily in an attempt. Those mistakes can be in your test series, whether it be GS or prelims, or in your preparation, first of all. So, because of this, I think I've experienced failure at almost, all the stages basically, except the prelims. So coming out of failure once, that is a huge disappointment once, your whole year of efforts do not yield anything. And that is the thing about this exam. Even if you reach the interview and come back, you get nothing. You stand in line again and prepare for prelims. So that has been the feeling, but again, I would say that persistence and perseverance pays off. You have to wait for your time, you have to be patient. And all of you sitting here are brilliant, and all of you have the capacity to be rank 1 or be in the top 10. And anything that you dream of, any service that you dream of, it's within your reach. Because standing here in front of all of you, I feel privileged, because I'm a thoroughly ordinary person, and I've done thoroughly ordinary things to be here. And that's why I firmly believe that all of you who have come here and are planning to get into the coveted services, you're already very special because this is not an easy career to choose and not an easy path to follow. So I'm pretty sure all of you will achieve your dreams and in the best manner possible. So to start with, I would just say that from my experience, obviously we have more brilliant minds like Anuj who will share with you how to clear it in the first attempt, and I sure hope all of you do that. But what I would like to say is, because I have attempted it 4 times, I sort of understand where we can go wrong, and that filtered wisdom of 4 years I'm here to share with you, so that you don't make the same mistakes again, and you have a better chance of making it. So first of all, I think when you're starting preparing, so how many of you will take the first attempt this year or the next year? Okay, almost all of you, right? So the prime question that is like how to start at the first level. What is ground zero for this exam? How to approach everything? So let me just start by talking about GS prelims, first of all, because that is the first stage and that's the diciest stage actually. Now that CSAT is not there, I think that was a paper where you could practice and score more marks and hence ensure that you cleared prelims. But now that's not the case. So I cleared it in 13 and 14 and my CSAT score was good. And in 14 and 15 there was no CSAT, 15 and 16 there was no CSAT, so it's only GS now, right? So again, GS, it's because it's an objective stage, you are either correct or incorrect, and you have to be very careful about how many questions you're attempting. You need to sort of crystallize that strategy before going to attempt the exam. And how do you do it? How do you approach it? So the number one thing is to understand the requirement of the exam. Because for any exam you take, whether it be UPSC or CAT or any other exam, you need to understand what is being expected of you. Because here it's very easy to go wrong. It's very easy to think that you need to go through a lot of study material and a lot of books to have that knowledge base. But in reality, you can actually restrict your sources and optimize your preparation and do very well with that. So, the people who clear in their first attempt get their strategy right, basically. And if you get your strategy right in time and you sort of stick to that throughout your preparation, you are going to do great. So the first step, I think, like I said, understanding the requirement of the exam. If you have access to somebody who has cleared, whether it be from your college or your family, please speak to them. Please value their experience. Please understand how they approached things. And for prelims, I would say that the sources are pretty fixed. Everyone knows about what books are to be read, and none of the toppers have read any other books than you have. Whether it be Bipin Chandra or Lakshmikant or environment, NCRTs, everything remains the same, right? But the key lies in prelims. You have to make very sure that you remember everything. So one challenge is to put everything in your recallable memory. And so first of all, let's just welcome Shweta. And so, little clapping, thank you. Hi. She's rank 8. We have the same marks, actually. Yeah, the total is the same. So I'm not sure how UPSC ranks in case of equal marks. So anyway, so I was talking about prelims and the sources. So your sources are restricted, but your challenge is to go back to them again and again and in the right time frame. So, if you read something today and you don't revise it for a week, it goes away. And it happens to the best of us. Actually, so last year when I did not clear the interview and I had prelims in August, so I picked up Lakshmikant and, I was a little disillusioned. Ki yaar, how many times do I have to revise this thing? Because I've done it 4 times. Bipin Chandra I've read, I don't know, 5 times. But, with every time I read it, there is something new. Every time I read it, that sort of database that it gets renewed again, and I have more and more confidence to the extent that for this attempt I didn't read Bipin Chandra at all, because I was pretty sure I'll be able to manage it. So revision is very important, and you should plan, and planning is very important, because the syllabus is so huge. Unless you break it down, unless you understand what is needed. So let's say for prelims, the other thing that you need to do, the second thing basically after understanding the sources and understanding that this is enough, do not run after a lot of sources. The second requirement I think is looking at past years' papers. A lot of us do that, I know, but a bit of analysis along with merely looking at what questions have been asked will help you, because UPSC likes to be unpredictable. It likes it very much, actually. So, in last year prelims, I think, how many of you have seen the prelims paper from last time? Almost all of you. So, you saw the weightage of current affairs suddenly spiked, and there was no polity, there was no geography. So it's hazardous to think that 15 questions polity से आएंगे, 20 questions geography से आएंगे, तो इतने तो sorted हैं, इसके बाद हम कर लेते हैं, जो भी है. So the point is that you cannot leave anything. UPSC can, I think 2014 in prelims, there were a lot of questions on culture, which is, an ignored portion, and people think कि cost benefit कम है. But in your limited time, you have to make sure that you have a basic knowledge of all the aspects. You cannot strategize by saying that my environment पढ़ लूँगा and I'll be fine. You won't be fine, because probably, let's say this year, UPSC decides to ask more polity or more current. So you're getting what I'm saying. So the point is that do not distribute your effort, plan your effort so that you devote time to each of the things. Do not leave anything to chance, because as it is chance hai, that's already there in the process, it's embedded in the process. So don't inflate it. वो जो थोड़ा सा है वो उतना ही रहने दो. You do what you can do with all the sources that are available to you in the market or otherwise, or the sources that you already know of. Please go back to them. Please just revise, because prelims में you cannot afford to, mains में you can probably afford to miss out a few points, एक दो चीज़ें याद नहीं आई, but you can still write a good answer, but that cannot be done in prelims. So that is the second aspect about understanding what questions have been asked and क्या bend है questions का, क्या scope है. So once you're reading the newspaper, trust me, after 4 or 5 months, you'll be able to segregate the article that is important for prelims point of view or mains point of view or overall. So, that knowledge comes with understanding कि क्या पूछा गया है in the past. That is the second aspect. And the third aspect for prelims, which I think is the most important and the most neglected, at least I neglected it for a while, that is taking tests. I know it's very general, it's very common knowledge that you have to take tests. But please just don't take tests. When you are taking a test and you are scoring, let's say 90 marks or 110 marks, and that those scores can vary because the quality of tests are different, and probably if it is art and culture test, you're not that great at it, so you don't score well. And if it is a polity test, you can pamper yourself कि 120 आ गए हैं, right? But the real paper will be the full test, right? So जो भी आपके scores आ रहे हैं, just try to find out a pattern कि हो क्या रहा है. How many questions are you attempting? How many are you getting right? Because see, every individual has a certain accuracy. So in my case, probably it is around 70%. So in case I attempt 10 questions, I'll get 7 right with a good preparation. And in my 4 attempts in prelims, for the initial 2 attempts, my GS was not very strong, but CSAT pulled me through, to be honest. But in 15 and 16, I paid special attention to GS because सिर्फ वही था, so CSAT wasn't there. So for GS, I scored, I think 130 marks in 2016. And the cutoffs you all have seen are climbing because everyone is getting more competitive. The exam is getting tougher, basically. So जो भी आप टेस्ट देते हैं, जो भी आपके scores आते हैं उसमें, please make a note of what went wrong how much did you score, कितना accuracy है, कितने attempt करने पे कितने आ रहे हैं. And why I'm saying this is because it differs from individual to individual. I, for 15 and 16, which were only the GS uh, in the prelims, I attempted 77 questions in my both attempts. It was a coincidence. I wasn't planning on attempting only those same number of questions. But I think that there are always 20 to 25 questions which are very tough for everyone, which probably you can make out कि a lot of people will not know about, right? So please understand that prelims is not about topping. Prelims is about getting through the borderline, right? Just clearing the cutoff. So if you feel that a question is very tough or it's a very obscure fact, in my opinion, it's better to leave it. Because for example, in my 16 attempt when I did 77 questions, I got 8 or 9 incorrect, and the rest of them were correct because I largely attempted those I was sure about. And again, why I'm saying this strategy would differ from person to person. A lot of people you will meet, they like to attempt the whole paper, take chances and law of probability. So that works too. I'm not saying that doesn't work, but please find out what works for you. Because unless you know yourself, unless you know what is your tendency, so some people have a tendency of attempting more, right? Being a little more risky. So, and sometimes that pays off. So, कोई set strategy नहीं है. I'll not tell you to attempt only less than 80 questions or less than 70 questions. That depends on you. But to find that out, you have to work hard. You have to take tests and understand where you're going wrong. So, for the prelims perspective, of course, we'll take questions at the end also in case you have any specifics. But from the prelims perspective, I think these 3 points which I talked about are the most important. And the next thing I want to focus on is the mains. And within the mains, the essay part especially. So since I've written 4 mains, again, I scored, I think, 133 in one, 126 in one, and this time I've scored 148. This time the essay scores have been higher in general, and a lot of people have scored more than 150 also. So 158 is the highest I have heard till now. So now, how should we approach the essay? How should we make sure that we write a good essay? Because with the knowledge of GS, once you're prepared for GS, once you're writing mains, you already have a database of knowledge. You already have a sound understanding of how various things are interlinked and how they come together. So essay, I think, is largely about weaving all of that knowledge together in that limited space and time. So now there are fixed answer booklets, like fixed space answer booklets. So you need to take care about the length of your essay, number one, and the content, obviously. And the third thing, which is very important, which I think that all of us would feel even if we were checking the essay, is the flow. Because for a person who's reading your essay, if he feels that आपने एक point यहाँ mention किया है, which is probably a demerit, and then you've talked about something else, and then आपको एक और demerit याद आता है, and then you mention it somewhere else. So the flow breaks. You are not coherent, basically. So coherence is, in fact, the most important point of the essay. And to achieve that, all I have done in my 3 attempts is to plan again. So अब 2 essay लिखने होते हैं, 3 hours होते हैं. So basically you have 1.5 hours for each essay. So I spent half an hour in planning, what to write. So in the rough sheet that you have at the end, please jot down the topics that you are thinking to include. Please jot down कि आपको क्या लग रहा है कि क्या include करना चाहिए. And please make it coherent. जो सब कुछ याद आ रहा है, spend time, do not panic. 1 hour is enough to write one essay of 1200 words. So half an hour में plan कर लीजिए कि कहाँ पे क्या लिखना है आपको, क्या flow रखना है, पहले क्या लिखना है, बाद में क्या लिखना है. And how to do that? I mean, theoretically, it's all very good कि plan करना है and then लिखना है. But how do you do it? So for example, this time there was an essay about need and greed. I think a lot of you saw it. How many of you saw it? Okay, not a lot. So you got to be seeing the mains also. Mains papers भी देखने हैं आपको. So the need and greed essay, for example, it was a very common thing. A lot of us know about it. So choosing the essay topic is also, I'll come to that in the next part. But I chose that because actually I sort of messed up my time management. I was not able to decide between two essays in section A, and that took a lot of my time. And that's why my marks are a little lesser than what they could have been. But how to plan that a particular essay is, let's say, need and greed wala essay hai. So just start from the basics. You do not need flowery language. You do not need, very great command of the English language or whatever medium you're writing in. So just be simple. Just understand that simple is beautiful. And simplicity is the greatest sophistication also. So once you're thinking about this particular thing, let's say need and greed. So what is the first thing that comes to your mind? Sorry? Okay, so yeah, that's a little thoda sa aur complex. Let's make it a little more simpler. Yes, Mahatma Gandhi's quote, right? So that is the first thing that comes to your mind ki, theek hai, ye, who was the proponent of this particular ideal or this maxim? And it was Mahatma Gandhi. So probably you can talk about that. But again, the second thing is, everyone will be talking about that. Because everyone who is prepared, the first thing that would come to everyone's mind would be that. So nothing else came to my mind, so I wrote Mahatma Gandhi. But if something else comes to your mind, please understand that this is a relative exam. All of the 15,000 people who are writing mains, they are very experienced, they are very knowledgeable, and everyone knows almost what you know. So to stand out, you just have to think one step further. So if you think of Gandhi, then probably think of Martin Luther King as well, probably think of Abraham Lincoln as well. So if you remember a quote from them, it's very nice. You can start your essay with that. And if you start with Mahatma Gandhi, like I did, talk in brief about his idea and why he thought that the earth provides enough for every man's need but not for every man's greed. What was the philosophy behind it? His critique of Western philosophy, I mean, that's a little more of political science, but just his thought behind it, what he hoped to achieve, why he said this. And so the next aspect, after you've talked about, given a brief intro of what is the origin of that particular line or that thought, you go back to the topic again and you break it down. You start to break it down. So what is need? For example, need and greed wale topic mein, the first thing we want to understand ki need kya hai, right? And how does it arise? How does human need arise? And so that is what I think talked about in my first subheading of the essay, that the origin of human need. And whatever is your knowledge base, whatever, for example, my optional was political science, so I had a bit of knowledge about how thinkers have placed human behavior, whether humans are selfish or self-driven, and so I mentioned a bit of that. But depending on your own learning and your own knowledge base of even GS is enough to sort of explore that topic. So for a page and a half, just talk about the topic, what it means to you, uske kya maine hai, what is need, what is greed, and then you start to look at things from every angle. So I had a very popular keyword and a strategy which I also used to share with my friends. It was called SPELT, socio, political, economic, legal, technical. So even without this, actually, even if you want to write about something, you will realize that invariably आप इन्हीं aspects की बात करेंगे on any topic, on any given topic. When you look at it from different angles, these are the angles that would emerge. So this was a framework around which you can sort of construct your essay. But again, coherence is necessary. अगर आप social issues की बात पहले कर रहे हैं, तो please finish that off. Please add everything that you can think social in that section itself, and then move to economic. Because if you include again social later, that will become incoherent, and the person who's reading, his flow will break. So apart from that, there are different axes. So this is one axis, socio-political economic. There is another axis, let's say individual, society, or moral, spiritual. So these are the different axes along which you can explore your essay. कि इसके moral dimensions क्या हैं, इसके practical dimensions क्या हैं, individual को कैसे affect करता है, society को कैसे affect करता है. So that structuring is very important. So according to me, जैसे once you have talked about the topic a little bit, कि इसमें need का क्या मतलब है, greed का क्या मतलब है, then probably you go on to explore how it affects the individual in the society. So that is the first axis according to me that you should explore, because socio-political economic angles are more derived aspects, and these are more direct aspects of what you're talking about. So for example, how does individual need arise? What is societal need? Societal need होती है तो institutions होते हैं. We have our criminal justice system or the legislature. All of this is serving human need at the end of the day, right? And it is also preventing human need from going haywire. जो criminals होते हैं, so you know they also are acting according to their need only, but that's not good for the society. So the institutions we have built to protect everyone's needs so that everyone can progress. That part you can explore, the individual and the society part. And then the socio-political economic aspects, which will differ from topic to topic. For example, in this particular talk, what are the economic aspects you can think of need and greed? Can you think of something? Let's say connected with environment, exploitation of environment, and capitalism. You know that economics is not good for equity, so that's a little social. Economic disparity grows if you mindlessly follow your need, right? And profit-driven enterprise would lead to inequality. So that sort of a structure, you need to think laterally. You need to take a bird's eye view of things. जो immediate topic है, उससे थोड़ा सा ऊपर निकल के, you have to see what is going on. And the other thing I would like to say is, आपने पीछे structure बना रखा है, that's very well and good, but it's very difficult to sort of see कि हर एक topic में आपको कितना space devote करना है, because ultimately towards the end it should converge properly. It should not look like a jarred end कि आपने अचानक से ऐसे conclude कर दिया. So for the last 2.5 pages, the examiner should start getting a feeling कि आप conclude कर रहे हैं, that you are tying up the ends. You know जो चीज़ें आपने शुरू में बोली हैं, you are taking a stand on them, और basically अगर आपने negative positive aspects दोनों बोले हैं, so you're talking about the middle road, how to look at things with balance and totality, right? So please take a good care of the space, because I think there is only enough time to write it once. You know, some people have this opinion कि rough में पहले लिख लेंगे essay and then you'll go back, but इतना time होता नहीं है frankly. If you plan for half an hour, you have only 1 hour to write the essay. So you know practically cannot write the whole thing in a rough sheet and then go back to the. So स्पेस का बहुत ध्यान रखना है कि आप हर एक टॉपिक पे कितना डिवोट कर रहे हैं. आइडियली अगर आपने जैसे 10 टॉपिक्स लिस्ट डाउन किए हैं अपने रफ शीट में, तो थोड़ा सा ट्रैक रखिए, पीछे देखते जाइए, अच्छा ये टॉपिक है, आई विल डिवोट 1.5 पेज टू दिस, क्रॉस इट आउट, नेक्स्ट टॉपिक पे आइए. उससे क्या होगा कि कन्वर्ज होता रहेगा, एंड यू नो कि यू हैव आई थिंक 10 or 12 पेजेस टू राइट. एंड सी वाई आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट लेंथ इज इट्स अ वेरी नेचुरल ह्यूमन टेंडेंसी फॉर एनी पर्सन. अगर आप ऐसे चेक करेंगे और 3 पेज लास्ट के खाली होंगे, तो यू विल गेट द फीलिंग कि यार नहीं लिखा है सब कुछ, राइट? एंड आई नो दैट यू नो द हैंड राइटिंग डिफर्स फ्रॉम इंडिविजुअल टू इंडिविजुअल. कुछ लोग बड़ा लिखते हैं, कुछ लोग, सम पीपल हैव अ टाइनी हैंड राइटिंग, बट you know, unless you take care of your content, unless there is enough content in your essay, that will not make an impact, because the examiner will straight away think that you have written less than what it is. And it's very human, you know, you think about it, it's not at all subjective, it's very human to think that way. So इसीलिए please take care. I finished all of now I think 4 attempts I have written. In 13 there was only one essay, So I've written 7 essays in UPSC, and I've always finished on the last page, because that gives a good feeling to the examiner that sort of that you've concluded everything, your thoughts are coherent, and within the limited space you have managed to tie up everything. So please take care of that. The next aspect I'll talk about is choosing the topic. So you must have heard बहुत लोगों say that you should choose an unconventional topic probably. कुछ ऐसे topics होंगे जो सब लोग choose करेंगे, which on the face of it appear बहुत simple, and some topics a lot of people will not take up. Like for example, this year there was an essay on the interstate disputes. So that is a little more specific for an essay. That's more like an answer. अगर आपने उसकी तैयारी भी की है तो probably you'll be thinking कि 1-2 पेज लिख सकते हैं, but essay नहीं लिख सकते हैं इस पे. So how to choose that? So I'll share a secret with you. There is absolutely no advantage in choosing an essay that is off, which a lot of people will not choose, and there is absolutely no disadvantage in choosing an essay which everyone will write. So please don't bias yourself. Please understand that आपको 10 पेजेस तक क्वालिटी कंटेंट डिलीवर करना है. तो जहाँ पे भी आप कंफर्टेबल हैं, नीड ग्रीड बहुत सिंपल है. इफ़ यू आर कंफर्टेबल विद दैट, प्लीज़ राइट दैट. बिकॉज अगर आप अनचार्टर्ड टेरिटरी में जाएंगे तो ऑलरेडी प्रेशर होता है. द एसे इज़ द फर्स्ट पेपर, योर मेंस इज़ द स्टार्टिंग. बाय द लास्ट पेपर यू आर सो यूज्ड टू राइटिंग दैट you don't think about it much. लेकिन फर्स्ट पेपर में थोड़ा प्रेशर रहता है, एंड द एसे इफ़ यू मेस अप, बिकॉज दैट्स एन इम्पॉर्टेंट पेपर. सो इसीलिए डोंट प्रेशराइज योर सेल्फ, बी इन योर कम्फर्ट जोन. जो टॉपिक आपको लग रहा है कि आप अच्छे से अप्रोच कर सकते हैं, कवर कर सकते हैं, वही चूज़ कीजिए. और प्लीज़ डोंट थिंक दैट यू कैन नॉट स्कोर अगर आपने ये टॉपिक चूज़ किया है तो, बिकॉज एवरी टॉपिक. एंड सो दिस इज़ अ वेरी कॉमन मिथ अबाउट दिस एग्ज़ाम, वेदर जो इक्वालिटी की बात हम अदरवाइज कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन में करते हैं, यहाँ पे वी डू टॉक अबाउट डिस्क्रिमिनेशन इन वन वे और द अदर when we're talking about the optionals, for example. So public administration, for example, does not work for a lot of people, right? But every year, in fact, in the top 10 there are at least 2 or 3 people. This time also I met 2 people who have pub ad as their optional. So ये जो bias है, ये जो discrimination है इंटरव्यू में है कि one particular board you get, that means you are selected, अच्छे ही मार्क्स मिलेंगे. कोई ऐसा बोर्ड है तो खराब ही मार्क्स मिलेंगे. Please end this bias and discrimination in your head. It is the fairest exam that is there, and the results speak for themselves. If you were to go back to the top 100 students of each year, not just this year, and look at their optionals or their boards, you will find that every optional and every board and every sort of an essay and every sort of a strategy has a way of succeeding in this exam. So इट इज़ ऑल्सो अबाउट इंडिविजुअलिटी, इट इज़ ऑल्सो अबाउट डाइवर्सिटी. कि अगर आपका कोई अप्रोच है तो इट इज़ योर ओन एंड प्लीज़ कैरी दैट फॉरवर्ड. मतलब फॉर करंट अफेयर्स फॉर एग्जांपल दे विल बी टॉकिंग इन मोर डिटेल अबाउट दैट. लेकिन करंट अफेयर्स का अप्रोच करने का तरीका सब लोगों का अलग रहता है. अ लॉट ऑफ पीपल लाइक टू मेक नोट्स, एंड इन माई ओपिनियन यू शुड, बिकॉज इट्स वेरी डिफिकल्ट टू गो बैक टू न्यूज़ पेपर्स. अगर 10 दिन के न्यूज़ पेपर्स भी जमा हो जाएँ तो आपका मन नहीं करेगा to open them or read them again. So please make notes, and सबका तरीका अलग होता है. Some people like pen and paper notes, बहुत organized तरीके से वो लोग notes बनाते हैं. कुछ लोग होते हैं जो online notes बनाते हैं. Evernote बहुत digital friendly होते हैं. तो मैं थोड़ा I was somewhere in the middle. I used to note down everything in a Word document and print it later. So आपकी जो strategy है, just trust in it and carry it. Agar obviously if you feel that there are course corrections needed, so like in my case, once I had understood that I have invested enough time and effort in public administration and it was not giving me results, in my 3 attempts I scored maximum 206 marks, and that was pulling down my performance, because GS mein I used to score well, but because of the optional I was not able to go through. So please be rational. Jo conventional wisdom hai that is derived from the people who are preparing. You hear a lot of people, you talk to a lot of people, and they have a lot of things to say कि optional change करना नहीं चाहिए या ये particular optional नहीं लेना चाहिए. please don't go by conventional wisdom, because conventional wisdom is conventional, conventional people make it. So I think in 2014, Ananya Das, she got a rank of 16, and she had just started studying pol science in July that year, before she wrote mains in December. So I visited her blog when I started my preparation for this time. I was in a very similar situation as hers, because I also had only 4 or 5 months to prepare my optional. So, what she had written was not conventional wisdom. So everyone would advise me against changing it, because I had 3 years of study behind public administration. And probably it was suicidal to just change midway. But when I read her blog, I realized that it's okay, because a lot of things in this exam are at an overall level. जो nitty gritty details हैं, they don't matter that much. So in mains, for example, why I'm saying this is, so in mains, for example, if you have a question about education, so you'll not be asked about a particular scheme, or it simply, unless it is a very famous scheme like the Sarv Shiksha Abhiyan, which everyone knows about. एक कोई पर्टिकुलर स्कीम जो अभी स्टार्ट हुई है, उसके बारे में एक्सप्लेन करने के लिए आपको नहीं आएगा 12.5 नंबर के लिए. सो इट विल बी एट एन ओवरऑल लेवल. तो अगर आपकी प्रिपरेशन में कभी ऐसे ब्रेक्स भी आ जाते हैं, कभी देर आर टाइम्स व्हेन यू आर नॉट वेल, समटाइम्स यू नॉट एबल टू मैनेज, कुछ फैमिली प्रॉब्लम्स होती हैं, कुछ मिस हो जाते हैं, 2 महीने तक करंट अफेयर्स नहीं कर पाए, प्लीज़ अंडरस्टैंड इट विल नॉट मैटर मच. इफ़ यू कीप योर कन्विक्शन, इफ़ यू कीप अगर 2 महीने नोट्स नहीं बना पाए, आप सप्लीमेंट्स रेफ़र कर लीजिए. एंड आई थिंक विजन IAS करंट अफेयर्स बुकलेट्स, दे आर द गोल्ड स्टैंडर्ड. मतलब अगर वो आपने पढ़ी हैं कंटिन्यूसली, so you are more or less in touch with everything that's going on and is relevant for UPSC. So in my 4 attempts, I have read every month's Vision IAS booklet basically, and because that's a very consolidated source, and also it lessens your effort, because जो आप notes बनाते हैं, it takes a lot of time. अगर आप newspaper पढ़ रहे हैं and you also have to write उसमें से, so it takes time obviously, it consumes 2 or 3 hours of your brain space and your day space, and then you feel tired, you don't know what to do. तो ये लोग already इतनी मेहनत कर रहे हैं आपके लिए, summarize कर रहे हैं सब कुछ. So please optimize that. आपका जो time है in this exam, please shorten it. ये जो cyclic vicious cycle है, इससे बहुत जल्दी निकलने का सोचिए. जितना आपका एफर्ट कम हो सकता है, जितना स्मार्ट वर्क हो सकता है, वो कीजिए. बिकॉज फॉर एग्जाम्पल फॉर द प्रिलिम्स you have let's say PT 365 booklets, right? So trust me, I was reading them to appear for prelims this year. So अगर आपने वो पढ़ा है अच्छे से, you can be chilled out about current affairs, कि उससे बाहर there is hardly anything that they will be asked, and कुछ अगर पूछा जाएगा तो किसी को नहीं आएगा, and it's okay, right? So ऑप्टिमाइज़ कीजिए. जो बुकलेट्स अभी करेंटली अवेलेबल हैं प्रीलिम्स के लिए, फॉर दोज ऑफ यू हु आर राइटिंग, जैसे एनवायरनमेंट के लिए अवेलेबल है, साइंस एंड टेक के लिए अवेलेबल है. इफ़ यू वर टू गो बैक एंड ट्राई टू चर्न आउट ऑल ऑफ दैट इन्फॉर्मेशन फ्रॉम द लास्ट ईयर, तो वो बहुत डिफिकल्ट रहेगा. तो वो ऑलरेडी समराइज्ड है, दैट हार्ड वर्क हैज़ ऑलरेडी बीन डन फॉर यू, राइट? सो इवन इफ़ यू मिस आउट इन योर प्रिपरेशन, समटाइम्स यू नॉट एबल टू रीड समथिंग, आपके टारगेट्स कभी कंप्लीट नहीं हो रहे हैं, please don't think you'll have a bad exam. So it is very rewarding to those who are patient, who have belief. And the other thing I'll like to talk about is also belief. Because, apart from the brilliant people who clear in the first attempt, I failed at 2 mains initially in 13 and 14. And when I was writing my third mains, I had this mental block कि मेंस का जो रिज़ल्ट PDF आएगा उसमें रोल नंबर मैं इमेजिन ही नहीं कर पाता था. मुझे ऐसा लगता था कि यार ये हो ही नहीं रहा है, ये हो नहीं पा रहा है, राइट? सो यू हैव दैट वेट ऑफ हिस्ट्री ऑन योर शोल्डर्स, यू फील अ लिटिल बर्डन्ड कि आई एम राइटिंग गुड आंसर्स, आई एम डूइंग एवरीथिंग राइट, बट प्लीज़ अंडरस्टैंड दे आर नॉट गुड आंसर्स. अकॉर्डिंग टू योर लेवल ऑफ प्रिपरेशन, अकॉर्डिंग टू एट दैट पर्टिकुलर टाइम, आपके जो आंसर्स होते हैं, they are being matched with people who are already in services. Let's say they are IRS officers or IPS officers who are writing this exam with much less pressure than you, and there are first timers who are brilliant, and you're competing with all of these people, right? So please understand, अगर आपका clear नहीं हो रहा है तो थोड़ी गलती आप ही की है, इनफैक्ट 90% गलती आप ही की है, क्योंकि the only bottleneck I see for this exam after all of this time of preparation is you. अगर आप टाइम वेस्ट कर रहे हैं, अगर आप सीरियस नहीं हैं, then it will always be difficult. It will always keep getting more difficult as time progresses, because same चीज़ आपको पढ़नी होगी बार बार, and you just have to understand कि belief is important, like I was saying, and मतलब final list में नाम देखना, this time around I was hoping that I'll see my name in the final list. So please see yourself as that. Please understand that the very fact that you are sitting here, the very fact that you're preparing tells a lot about you. You are already a very special person, and whatever you have achieved in life, whatever you've done in life, please tell yourself, please back yourself for it. And when all of these great people that we look up to, like I said, my idol is Roger Federer, and why I'm focusing on simplicity or elegance or excellence is because of him, because for anyone who's followed tennis or watched him, his game is very simple. You see it and you don't see anything special. His forehand speed is not very great, his serve is very ordinary, but the point is he's consistent. Point is he believes, in the big moments, in the points that matter, he delivers. He always delivers. He was called to Delhi in 2014, I think, for an IPTL event, and the organizers knew he would deliver, and he beat everyone there, and he delivered under all of that pressure. So please understand, whatever pressure you're facing, things are going to get greater once you are into the services. The stakeholders are going to grow manyfold. Right now it's your parents and your friends, but once you are there, everyone in the country, everyone in your district will be looking up to you, right? So you have to prepare yourself for that. You cannot afford to be lazy. You cannot afford to get up late and appear all in shambles. आपको बहुत energetic रहना है. आपको बहुत you have to be on your toes, right? Because for this career and 30 years of making, which आप लोग 30-35 years का career होगा आपका services में, each day you'll have to be on your toes. Each day you'll have to be your best. And just to motivate you a little further, all of us, top 20 ranks, we were called by Honorable Minister of State Jitendra Singh on the 2nd of June for a felicitation ceremony. And that is when the feeling started sinking in कि क्या हुआ है and where we are, right? So the place from where I was sitting, I could see the symbol of Government of India, Satyamev Jayate. On my left was a big portrait of Mahatma Gandhi, and on his right was a portrait of Vallabhbhai Patel. And we were sitting in the company of IS officers who had served for 30 or more years in the Government of India, and the top 20 ranks. We were there, and we were told exactly this thing, that now your job begins, and now the kind of responsibility that is coming to you is very great, and therefore you cannot afford to be lax, and you're not the best. You are here because yes, you have worked hard, but you're also been in the right place at the right time. So please understand कि time आता है. Everyone will have their time. Each one of you, and each one of you without exception, has this ability to clear this exam, and with flying colors. So please do not doubt that. Never doubt that. Please keep believing. Please think of what you can do for your country. And you're sitting here, you're the hope of so many people. And बस वो सोच के please keep working. एक साल की मेहनत है. I mean, in my humble opinion, I think only 1 year of preparation is necessary to clear this exam. So for 1 year, if you can take care of yourself, you can back yourself, you can keep pushing yourself. When you think it's enough, study for 15 more minutes. And just do it, because that's your job. People asked me, I also conducted a talk yesterday, and people asked me, how did you cope up with all your failures? And last time, especially coming back from the interview, it's very heartbreaking. And so that's what I said, कि ठीक है, मैंने शोक मनाया 2 दिन 3 दिन. I was very depressed, like everyone would be, right? And it takes time to, and I had that window because prelims August में था last year. This time though I was thinking I'll skip this attempt if I don't make it. So, but after that, Like I said, I picked up Lakshmikant because that was my job. So this is your job. Please, even if you have left your corporate job or government job to be here, you still have a job, and your job is greater than all of those people. आपका job है पढ़ना currently, right? So please back yourself. Please understand कि बस एक साल की बात है, and put your best efforts. Please reach out to people who have done well. Please understand जितनी भी आपकी queries हैं. And the prime reason I came here to connect with all of you, I knew कि prelims is approaching and all of you would be busy. But the prime reason I came out here is because I want you to know that you have a whole galaxy of toppers whom you can reach out to and connect with and understand whatever your small big queries may be, and whatever little knowledge they have, they can assist you with that. Because अगर आप filtered wisdom लेते हैं तो आपको खुद उतनी मेहनत नहीं करनी पड़ती to get where you have to be, and you fit the requirement of the exam, and that is the prime purpose, to fit the requirement of the exam, right? And apart from that, answer writing की बात श्वेता और अनुज करेंगे आपसे, and we'll also take questions at the end of the session, but right now also if you have any questions, you're free to ask. Yes.
So I just did 12th this year.
Okay.
Like 96%.
12th. Okay. Amazing.
So I'm so much excited about UPSC. I want to start my the coaching
Mhm.
this year. So like I don't know how should I plan for 3 years
Mhm.
and how should I go with it? I mean, first you couldn't fail. I know. But you said
No, so first of all, congratulations to you. You are an early starter and a overachiever. In my opinion, कि आप अभी से you are thinking about this and you are clear about this goal. मैं जब final year में पहुंचा था तब मुझे समझ आया था कि UPSC करना है. So that you have decided it अभी, it's brilliant. And 3 years of prep, I would say that once you're entering college, probably after you settle in and you have to start from scratch. तो आप go to basic NCERTs. Try to develop a habit of reading the newspaper, because that will be a constant companion in your preparation. So start from the NCERTs, visit blogs, visit people who have written stuff. Please understand क्या कहना चाह रहे हैं, what is the crux of the whole thing. See the previous year papers. Don't push yourself too much. Probably for the first year, you can just research, and then from your second year you can start your preparation, and 2 years will be more than enough time for you. When you're passing out, you can take that attempt, right? And this is very brilliant, because yesterday also there was a person from IIT Delhi. He was in his second year and he also wanted to know कि preparation कब start करनी है. So it's brilliant कि अब people have this clarity about what they want to do, and all the best to you. Okay. Yes.
Next 10 days, the time when we start talking ourselves,
Mhm.
will you study or not, when we are looking at it.
So, no matter if you doubt yourself or not, you have studied, right? So, that. It's a fact. And yeah, confusion is there, and, errors are there. So just to give you an example, last year prelims में एक question था कि सूरत split क्यों हुआ था. I think it was, a sitter. And मेरे जो 9 questions गलत हुए थे, उनमें से एक वो भी था. So because I overthought that question, I I just thought कि इतना आसान question नहीं पूछ सकते. So वही है, the biases that you have in your head कि आसान question नहीं आ सकता UPSC में, repeat नहीं हो सकता, मेरी knowledge इतनी sufficient नहीं है कि यार इतने अच्छे से मुझे आता हो ये. Please, I mean everyone suffers from that, and बहुत human errors, बहुत छोटी छोटी mistakes होती हैं, सबसे होती हैं, but that's what you have to understand. This is competition, everyone is under pressure, तो सबसे वो mistakes होंगी. Don't be too hard on yourself. Just do your best and wait for your time. It will come to you. आपने जो भी preparation की है in your last 10 days, like you are asking, आप just go back to it. You will feel comfortable. वही चीज़ें revise कीजिए जो आपने पढ़ी हुई हैं, ठीक है? And probably revise the tests that you have taken, and take care of your health. Go in with a fresh mind, because कभी कभी prelims में ऐसे भी questions होते हैं जो आपने 8th class में पढ़े होंगे, right? It's not all about this 1 year. It's about what you have done throughout your life. Like I remember there was a question in 14 prelims about the Cassini-Huygens aircraft, the spacecraft, कि वो किस planet पे गया है. And I had read it in some book in my 8th standard, like I was mentioning. उसका मैंने कोई immediate preparation नहीं किया था, right? And a lot of questions can be solved by common sense. Like I remember Ananya Das ma'am mentioning about that bird question that was in the prelims ki, right, all of you would be aware. So ऐसा नहीं है कि अगर आपने कुछ कवर नहीं किया है तो अच्छा नहीं होगा. Don't think like that. Okay, just be focused, stay calm, trust yourself, and you're going to be fine and do great. Okay, yes, sorry.
Sir, this is regarding newspaper reading.
Mm-hmm.
Sir, the thing is that first you set out the information.
Mm.
Whatever is relevant, you set out the information. And so is it necessary to do the analysis then and there because analysis takes time, right?
Yes, you're right, and I think that newspaper reading is one of the it's an art which you develop over time. So you learn to segregate कि कौन सी चीज़ें important हैं, prelims के लिए क्या important है, mains के लिए क्या important है. You learn to segregate that, and that will come with time. But I would suggest that if you're starting newspaper reading, so don't overburden yourself. Start reading the editorials. वो वहाँ पे 5 articles होते हैं गिन के, ठीक है. And if you follow that for a couple of months, everything that is important will sooner or later appear in the editorial, right? So just follow that to optimize your time and not put too much pressure on yourself. Probably refer to the monthly supplements which are available in the market, right? And just try to, as far as the analysis goes, you know, that comes with time. Just I have been giving this example, and it's a very simple example, and all of you will connect with that. Ki if you're asked about Skill India, right? So I also gave this example yesterday. I'm repeating it, but you know, everyone knows about demographic dividend and that the government is trying to skill people. But when you talk about it and you have read enough, you would automatically interlink things. You can say that the output of Skill India can be an input for Make in India. It can be aided by Digital India, right? The FDI liberalization and investments which are coming can aid it. So these interconnections will happen over time, and you know, you need to sort of dwell on things. You need to understand कि थोड़ा सा thinking required है. The rote learning is fine, the schemes, but एक objective होता है government का, एक aim होता है which they are trying to achieve, right? And there is a whole ecosystem of schemes and endeavors or bills or bodies that are striving towards the same objective, right? But you'll please learn to connect that eventually, and you will once you have enough knowledge base. But newspaper reading, just stick to the editorial initially, and later on you can expand your horizons onto that. Yes.
Regarding planning,
Hmm.
from last year I have read many books, but now I feel we have failed in planning.
Hmm.
And I have read books, but reading the crux and revising it again and again periodic.
Have you taken an attempt, or you
No, sir.
this year will be your first attempt? Okay.
That is where I have failed, and I want to ask you how you plan or how I should plan either for like next year.
Mm-hmm. So, you know, when you're talking about the books that you've already read the books and, you know, you don't feel confident about them. So the only solution is to read them again, right? And I know it's not possible probably in the next 10 days. So probably if you've made any sort of notes or any topics that you're entirely comfortable with, सिर्फ वही पढ़िए in the next 10 days to not mess up everything in your head. जो चीज़ें आपको अच्छी आती हैं, just try to work with that. And going forward, please just plan your revisions. आप बहुत simple plan कर सकते हैं. 2 दिन तक मैं पॉलिटी पढ़ूंगा, ठीक है, एंड पॉलिटी में क्या पढ़ूंगा, लक्ष्मीकांत पढ़ूंगा, प्रॉब्ली क्लास नोट्स पढ़ूंगा, आई लुक एट द क्वेश्चंस. 2 दिन तक मैं ये करूँगा. नेक्स्ट 2 days आई रीड ज्योग्राफी. So it's not very complex, right? But it's simple. It's very simple, but it's not easy. So आपको you can make a very normal plan, but if I tell you to do the same thing every day at 5 p.m., you will fail at doing it. Because please understand, and if you have done it, half the battle is won. Because 90% of the people are not able to do it. बहुत सारे plans available हैं online. मतलब prelims के लिए 60 day plan होता है, 30 day plan होता है. तो बहुत सिंपल प्लान है, कुछ नहीं है. पहले दिन ये NCERTs के ये चैप्टर्स हैं, उनके तो चैप्टर्स भी सेग्रीगेटेड होते हैं, आई थिंक, राइट? सो इफ़ दैट हेल्प्स यू, यू कैन गो टू देयर प्लान्स. वो भी आपके लिए बना के रखा हुआ है.
So I'm not exactly asking for these 10 days.
या सो आई एम ऑल्सो टॉकिंग लॉन्ग टर्म, बिकॉज गोइंग फॉरवर्ड अभी आप 10 days में यू फोकस ऑन रिवाइजिंग वॉट यू हैव, एंड मूविंग फॉरवर्ड इट्स वेरी सिंपल, इट्स नॉट ईजी. So just push yourself, एंड यू फील कि 2 दिन में कंप्लीट करना है तो करना है, बिकॉज वही 2 दिन है आपके पास, राइट? सो यस.
Sir, I have three things to ask you. Being from a sort of all science background, I am a bit clear-cutted towards geography. And if you see the question geography this year, air mass wala question in 2013 archipelago. So all those questions were somewhere you cannot predict and not from the basic NCERT or the history films level. So how do you prepare for that? And second thing, so how do you plan yourself one day before prelims or one day before mains? Tomorrow I'm going to write this.
Okay.
On a lighter note, how you participate this year that McBride Commission wala question and allelopathy wala question? Could you?
Okay, that's a string of questions, so just remind me if I forget. So I think your first question was about geography. So I am not the best person to answer that because geography is also my nemesis. I also don't like geography that much. And because of that, my GS1 scores in my first 2 attempts were terrible. I scored 42 marks in GS1 in my first attempt because I just didn't have a grip on geography, right? But that came with time, with the same sources that you're mentioning, and reading a few answers of test series, basically. So that was my source for understanding geography, because physical geography में you have to understand कि things are limited. Climatology है, oceanography है, मतलब there are set topics which you have to read. So probably just read questions. अगर आपने ocean currents prepare कर लिए तो उस पर questions आएगा, तो by and large you can manage. So and GS1 में ही आएगा probably, and then you know the questions which are asked in mains, they are a little more on the governance side. They are a little more, not exactly geography. Yes, you are right about the air mass question, but this year there were questions on flood management, urban flood management पे I think 2-3 बार सवाल आ गए थे. GS1 में भी था. So you know we had to write the same thing. So that was something. But my point is sources यही हैं. There is no other special source. And just try to probably do a few more questions from the mains perspective, a few more test series that you can get hold of with the Vision IS or any other which you're following, and just practice those questions. That will work for you. Your second question was?
1 day before prelims.
1 day before. I don't study 1 day before. So I am the sort of person who likes to converge things like I talked about in my essay. So I don't diverge. A lot of people have this habit कि last day एकदम panic हो जाते हैं और सब कुछ खोल के पढ़ने लगते हैं. But I don't have that habit. On the last day, I just relax. I put myself in that state of mind to attempt mains or prelims, and you know, staying calm is one of the prime things. It paid me off in the interview also, because last year I didn't score very well in the interview because I got very nervous. But this year I made it a point कि कुछ भी पूछें, जितना भी मना करना पड़े, I'll stay calm. And I didn't score too much, but I scored 168. That was enough to get me through. So that is, and the third thing, McBride Commission में मैंने एक भी word नहीं लिखा था because I had no idea about that question, and I knew that a lot of people will not have an idea. The best I could do is probably write about UNESCO. 3 लाइनें शायद मैं लिख सकता था. But this just goes on to show you that I'm very ordinary, right? I'm just the same as you. It doesn't matter if you know, you're not able to attempt a question or you don't know something in mains, because आपका जो output आएगा वो बहुत वेरिएबल से आता है. इट्स नॉट वन सिंगल थिंग. इफ़ यू डोंट आंसर वन क्वेश्चन इन द इंटरव्यू, ऐसा नहीं है कि आपके मार्क्स कम आएंगे, राइट? बिकॉज इफ़ यू मैनेज योर सेल्फ वेल, इट्स फाइन. इट्स अ वेरी मैक्रो व्यू ऑफ थिंग्स. UPSC इज़ अ वेरी मैक्रो व्यू ऑफ थिंग्स. निटी ग्रिटीज़ में कोई इंटरेस्टेड नहीं है. सो योर ओवरऑल पर्सनैलिटी, योर ओवरऑल calmness, that will help you in every stage. So please maintain that. Okay, anything else? Yes. See, that's completely up to you. A lot of people have different styles. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
What I do is I cut the articles from the newspaper and paste it in a
Hmm.
kind of
Scrapbook. Hmm.
Yeah, and I paste it and highlight some words which are important in that.
Right.
And right now I'm not doing it.
Mhm.
Till the time when I'll be appearing for the film, like
No, so it's okay, and like I said, you know, everyone has their own way of doing things. So if you want to, if you can manage the newspaper clippings, that's good. If you want to make notes from Vision IS current affairs, that's good. But if you can underline उसी में and go back to it like I did, I'm a lazy person, so even that works. कोई protocol नहीं है. So yes. Yes, newspaper is indispensable. It is indispensable even if you are reading monthly supplements. Please read the newspaper because otherwise at one stage or the other you're going to feel deficient because interview में जब आपसे पूछा जाएगा मेंस में so that's the prime difference between the mains and the interview कि मेंस में आप कुछ भी लिख सकते हैं सब कुछ इंटरकनेक्ट कर सकते हैं nothing comes back to you but interview में अगर आपने एक लाइन एक्स्ट्रा बोल दी तो the person is sitting right in front and he can cross question you right and analytical questions पूछे जाते हैं interview में so unless you read the newspaper unless you read those opinions yes Visionized booklets and other supplements will have मतलब bill के बारे में लिखा होगा but the analysis of the bill you know the opinion on the bill will be you'll find in the newspaper yes again like it depends on you if you can recollect if you have that brilliant mind कि आप एक बार पढ़ के आपको चीज़ें याद रह जाती हैं it's very good that then you can you know skip that optimize put your time in places जहाँ पे आप weak हैं and it depends on you but I strongly suggest make notes from the newspaper the monthly supplements I personally did not make any notes I just went back to them highlighted stuff in them and I went back to them okay last two questions yes
क्वालिटी ऑप्शनल बता दें
yes you go ahead sorry strategy post prelims is answer writing because you know that is the only thing that you'll be judged on no matter आपने कितनी किताबें पढ़ी हैं आपको अपने answers से judge किया जाएगा so please you know probably have a time bound manner in which you are attempting those 20 questions whether it be through a test series or a personal you can sit at home and do it also now there are online test series available even with Vision IS which you can go to and that will help you because ultimately answers लिखने हैं yes
क्वालिटी ऑप्शनल
one second yes
क्वालिटी ऑप्शनल के बारे में पूछना था
sorry
क्वालिटी ऑप्शनल
political science optional के बारे में okay so again I'm not the best person to talk I got 302 marks but there are people who have scored 330 also this time I had very limited time so I had joined Shubhra Ranjan ma'am for her classroom program in July 2016 and I tried to be regular sometimes I was not able to be that sometimes I missed classes why I'm saying all this is because I'm very ordinary right so but I made it a point to read her notes again and again and because I had a little time तो books पढ़ने का time नहीं था I still referred Andrew Haywood for global politics a few of the chapters I had read from there and that was very helpful if you can read that book that will help you in paper 2 and apart from that it was just the notes so going forward I might have referred a few more books yes someone from here
Start
one
out
second
by
sorry
or you are
no so in fact in the first two attempts I didn't do any answer writing and that was you know the major flaw that why I didn't clear it I wrote the test series in Vision in 2015 and that helped me a lot so answer writing actually I was a little more confident कि मैं लिख सकता हूँ तो मैंने नहीं लिखा but please लिखिए all of you should practice no matter how good you are and that will help you yes last question yes so like I said you can plan weekly monthly revisions for example if you read something today make it a point to read it 7 days later because otherwise it will slip out of your memory and whatever you have read 7 days later go back to it 1 month later also and so in my case typically I read one thing 3 times before going and writing or because otherwise it does not come into my personal recallable memory I can read something I can understand UPSC syllabus is not very difficult to understand social issues हैं women empowerment है it's very simple to understand right but to retain it and to recollect it when it is needed you have to revise so typically I did 3 revisions one right before the exam and 2 revisions before if I read something new I would read it again and I'll read it again before the exam so plan it like that and thank you all of you we have 2 other toppers brilliant minds waiting for you and any more questions we'll take at the end and now I'll just pass on to Anuj and thank you all for a patient hearing and being here in today morning I'm privileged thank you so much